Fret, do not fret. I recorded it for your viewing pleasure. The farmer's market. Uploading right now. Summer breeze. Yeah. Hey, just give me a regular black coffee, all right? Thanks. Thank you.
Do you want a large?
Yeah, I'll get a large. You're screwing around with the sizes. When's the next event around here?
Oh man,
Gonna be a while?
no. Like the next
Yeah.
event on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
There's a summer thing going on. We're gonna do like a 5th anniversary for Maddie's in June, I think.
Oh, how's that place doing?
Good.
Oh, good. Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's gonna be 5th anniversary in June.
Oh, good.
Then there's a fall market on the square.
Who are the owners of that Maddie's? Where do they live?
The owner lives in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The hell's he thinking?
Well, he owns the hotel too.
Oh, he does? Oh, cool.
A couple other buildings.
I haven't been out to Vegas in about 9 years.
He's a California guy originally, but he bought him like a nice place in Vegas.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
That's a great place to get lost.
Or, yeah, I guess you got nowhere else.
Well, you have a good day.
Hey,
Hey, I uploaded the farmer's market. I had a shitty signal back there. For your viewing pleasure. You thought when it buffered that it was over, you wouldn't see it. That's not true. I've come through once again with the greatest content of the smallest farmer's market in the world. I don't take my production lightly. Hey, Laura. I don't know where Ray's at. He's probably at a massage parlor somewhere around Detroit. He's just kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Cole Medina. I got my second coffee. Trying to power my way out of it. Laura, how you doing today? Yeah, I came through. It should be uploaded. It should be uploaded now for your viewing pleasure. There was a guy there singing Seals and Crofts songs. Summer Breeze. That was playing when I was in high school. Listen, Loyalty, how you doing today? Last night I had fish sticks. 2 Voodoo Ranger beers. Fucked around on Mark's chat for a while. Got up to start it all over again. Today I promised myself. I prayed to the power of porn. I got to do some work on my book arranging. I got my Daisy girl with me. No shit, this is nothing, man. I pay $10 for a coffee all the time. This coffee's cheap. This is my second coffee. My first one was $8. Fucking crazy. Oh, you're leaving for Florida. Good for you. Where at? Where are you going in Florida? Yeah, I almost went to Florida last week for a couple days. Panama City Beach. I might go down there this week. Panama City Beach. Fuck it. I don't care. I like getting out, socializing, talking shit, doing videos. Sit there at home. Cost me 3 cents. Not doing anything. No interaction. Fuck making coffee at home. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, those places, I mean, I've been everywhere in Florida a million times. I lived in that shithole for 5 miserable years. But as far as, like, just beauty to the eye, as far as water and beaches, that Pensacola, Panama City beach area is, like, doesn't even look real. There's that national seashore down there. And you can actually camp on that seashore. Beautiful. Who is this jack off? If I was a cop, I'd give this motherfucker a ticket. There's a such thing as noise pollution. I'm in Washington, Georgia. Home of the first successful American Revolutionary War victory. Kettle Creek. Kettle Creek. I go out there and I give my condolences to their hard service and the fact that nobody ever visits it. It doesn't bother me too much because I think when you're dead, you're dead. But just in case I'm wrong, I go out there. Rich Island? Boca Grande. No, it's not near Boca Raton, is it? Boca Raton means mouth of the rat. I've proposed moving all the Jews out of Israel and bringing them all to Florida. 75% of them are there already. They won't get fucked with as much. They'll make Florida a better place. They'll kick that crazy psycho lunatic governor out of there. Chop it off. Make it its own sovereign country. We don't need it anyway. Oh, Sanibel, yeah, I like that. I like the east side. I like the big waves. I got a mental hang up when I'm at the ocean. I don't like looking out and seeing buffer islands, those buffer islands. I want to look out and just imagine like Europe on the other side. I don't want to see shit in the way, like peninsulas, like Hilton Head. That stupid ass military base is to the east. You can see all these weird red blinking lights and stuff. It like ruins it. I want to just let my mind wander. You know what I mean? No, Florida. Florida, you should give it to. Oh yeah, I love it down there. I stay at that Radisson down there. If you want a big bang for your buck, the Radisson. It's listed as two addresses. One is in Melbourne and one is in Indy Atlantic. It's the most fantastic view. Now they piss me off a little bit. You can't open the bedroom window all the way. Sliding glass door. They told some bullshit story about blowing shit off the walls. That building's been there for 65 years, and now all of a sudden it's blowing things off the walls. I think they're an insurance underwriter. They've had a few people commit suicide there, jump off the thing, and maybe they got sued and they're not telling people. I don't know, but I like my sliding door open all the way. Oh, Miami Airport, that's cool too. Yeah, you want a nice place to go, Indy Atlantic. And you know, there's more tourism in Florida in the summer than the winter because kids are out of school. And what is kind of cool about Florida in the winter, in the summer, is that I don't really like swimming too much, but you can like go swimming and the air is the same temperature as the water, so you're never cold. That's much different than like dipping in Lake Superior in Michigan, freezing your fucking ass off. It's comfortable. Yeah, California needs help. Yeah, Miami's interesting. You won't even think you're in the United States and you sit there and watch airplanes land in Miami. I go down there once in a while, but you can keep, it is beautiful. Like if you get a nice hotel down there, a lot of good restaurants, you know, Cuban cuisine. There's something down there for everybody. Chicks with dicks, transgenders walking pit bulls with cropped ears. Colonial Avenue, Gloria Estefan. Yeah, I'm not big on Tampa. There's a good steakhouse there. It's one of the top steakhouses in the country, Burns Steakhouse. And then they got Busch Gardens, but I don't like that big city stuff. There's nothing worse. Atlanta's kind of like that. In the summertime, it's just a broiler. I don't like that golf sunset crap. I mean, it fits my sleeping schedule better. That's one of the big knocks of Hilton Head. There's never any waves. And where's even worse is Tybee Island. That's where all the white trash goes that can't afford a hotel in Hilton Head. No waves, murky looking cesspool like grayish water. Sucks. Let me give you an example. Like Marty's daughters, right? She's got a couple of daughters. They own a nice home in a gated community over in Hilton Head. Both daughters, you know, and they're a family coming up with bills. It's expensive to travel. They go down to Panama City Beach and shit when they could go to Hilton Head and stay for nothing. Why? Because they want to look at clear, crystal blue water and white, sandy sand and see some waves. It's a big difference. Hilton Head sucks. I mean, if I blindfolded you and you couldn't see the beach and I unblinded you, it's like, where are we? Guess. And they say Detroit. It's like, no, we're in Hilton Head. The water sucks there. You can't see 9 inches underwater there. No waves, none of that like beautiful wave crashing sound like Florida where you're going to sleep. Looks like the Mississippi River. Today, my first one was an almond latte. This is just a drip black coffee because I was dragging ass a little bit. And I wake up tired. I had this for a long time. I don't know what the fuck it is. Yeah. Yeah, red ties. No, I never wrote. I read a lot of books. I did write a couple articles for some magazines before. I've been thinking about making a chronology of the history of porn. I mean, like it or not, it was here and a lot of people watched it. And I think it needs its due respect. Yeah, I mean, I'm better, believe it or not. I went on this holistic thing for a while. And then I took this prescription that seemed about the same. So we'll see what they find up there. I don't think I have any cancer or anything because they would have caught it on that PET scan for that. You know, I realize now how ripped off I got on that fucking lymphoma thing. But I don't really care because Medicare paid for it. That was a bunch of fucking bullshit. Here's a note to yourself, too. I think I'm pretty good at this, but obviously not as good as I thought. I mean, when I'm researching stuff, I try to find the most updated, latest information. So I searched that damn lymphoma I had. And I thought I was getting the most recent information. As it turns out, I wasn't. And as it turns out, that's not considered lymphoma anymore by the World Health Organization. They dropped it 2 years ago. But none of the stuff that I saw on the internet referenced that being dropped. So I just went there for a follow-up rip-off appointment, you know, probably $580 for a 30-second appointment. And I got talking to the guy. He's like a world's expert on this bullshit. And he said, you know, they did drop this as lymphoma. He said, it really shouldn't. It's like, oh, no, I didn't know that. 2 years ago. Well, I just got diagnosed with that shit there in December. Don't you think somebody would have mentioned that? Then when I went to an oncologist, which is another fucking $1,100 appointment for nothing, she told me I really didn't have anything to worry about. And I read about it. And it was a cutaneous lymphoma just on top of the skin. So it's not... I don't think there's ever a case of it metastasizing. But the point here is all the information that I had access to as a person was outdated and old. So when you really like have something that you're worried about, don't depend on the internet. I know you don't anyway, but you know what I'm saying? You just pay for like a legitimate medical search, because I was getting old information, which in my case turned out to be better news. It didn't change the way I feel. It's like, oh God, what a relief. I don't have lymphoma anymore. I never really was worried about it because it's a bullshit kind of lymphoma. Anyway. Yeah. Have a good day. You have a good day. Yeah. Hey, Cher, how you doing? No, I just fucking tired, man. I don't know. I think it could be this fucking pollen, man. But I don't know what it is. I think it's just... I was thinking of that driving over here today. I think it's my... I think it's just my biological makeup. Fucking... Probably some kind of brain disorder. Like your senses sense fatigue, and there's no logical reason for it. Idiopathic. They don't know the reason. Oh yeah, we're the same ones, yeah. Yeah, just partying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this guy, I hope he never sits next to me, man. I saw him out here when I came in and got a coffee. This fucker has not shut up since I got here. Oh, thank God. I gotta get a good mental image of what he looks like so I avoid him. I've had that happen. Go into a coffee shop, start talking to somebody, can't get rid of the motherfucker. I've had people say to me, it doesn't seem like I've fucking let him have it. You know, we got an asshole that owns some property down the street. Actually, he sold the property to Marty, then came down and bitched about it, and Marty sold it back to him, just being a good guy. And he came over the other day, and I can't stand this motherfucker. He's an older guy, has a girlfriend that was married to a famous Southern singer. Anyway, it didn't work out. She cleans bathrooms now at a Super 8, sweetheart of a lady. And when he's around her, he's just so humiliating and talks down. And that's not characteristic of the people that I meet down here. That's some shit that I would have experienced in like Detroit or West Branch. Just, you know, chauvinistic, talking down about women. You know, they're not good for anything. She was over one day with him, and I hate it when he comes over. So I don't like the fucking guy because of it. And there's got to be something wrong with him, because you don't need to, like, be guessing whether or not I like you or not. I'm pretty fucking clear. Well, this has gotten to the point. There's two schools of thought on that. Either you say something to somebody or you let it go on, then you tear their head off one day because you waited too long. Well, I don't let that fucking happen. I told you I had an incident about a month ago at a gas station where a black guy. I know I fucking probably shouldn't have said that. I should have just said a guy. I was getting a bunch of the Mega Millions jackpot was high, and it was taking a long time to print it. And he pulled the tickets out from the girl as she was printing my tickets, saying mine was taking too long to put his in. And I got a fucking temper, and I don't put up with that goddamn bullshit. But I managed to control myself. And I thought, I'll run into this motherfucker again. This is my personality. I did run into him again about two weeks ago in a different place, and he was there, and I said, I dare you to do that fucking bullshit again. He said, do what? I said, take those fucking tickets out while they're printing them. He said, what are you going to do about it? I said, well, take them out. I'll buy some fucking tickets right now. We'll find out. And he didn't say anything. You know, I stew over this shit. Fucking psycho on certain stuff. You know, I saw that motherfucker yesterday, and he came up and apologized and invited me over for a, believe it or not, barbecued goat dinner, which is cool. I'd rather get along with people than not. So anyway, back to my original story. This motherfucker that I don't really like, that just talks like to his girlfriend like a fucking dog in front of people thinking it's funny. I already got an axe to grind with this cocksucker. I think it's rude stopping by, you're not invited. Well, guess who shows up the other day? Matter of fact, somebody commented on that when I was going out to feed the vultures, and I saw him pull in. And it's like, ah, fuck. And it was him. So I set the trap. And he's sitting there talking and bullshitting, and sure enough, he comes around to, now Marty's not like this. He comes around to talking about women, and he said, well, you know, I'd really like a companion. And I'm thinking, this girl probably, even though she would like one too, she can't stand this motherfucker anymore. And I know that his family has nothing to do with him. So he kept talking about women and what good are they, and you know, he's been divorced, he's never, and I thought, that's my fucking opportunity. And I said, hey, have you ever considered maybe not talking to them like they're a fucking dog in front of people? Now this is where you can hear a pin drop. I waited a long time for this moment. And he got quiet. He said, what are you talking about? I said, you know what I'm talking about. I said, as a matter of fact, the last time she was over here, she said that I don't like this negative talk. I don't appreciate men talking about women in this way. You remember now? He said, not really. I said, well, you did it. I said, actually, I was embarrassed for your girlfriend that you would talk that way in front of people, in her presence. And now you got enough fucking nerve to talk about having a companionship, and like it's a big mystery on why you don't have one. I said, you don't have one because you treat them like fucking shit. And it was like, I wouldn't say it's awkward to me, because this is my personality. Now I'm like having dopamine and shit get released, because this is right up my fucking alley. I set the trap just perfect. I mean, what are you going to fucking do about it? And he finally stood up and he said, well, I better get going. It's like, yeah, have a good day. But that took me a year of leaving that trap open to let that motherfucker have it. And I hope he doesn't come back. Now, next time, it's gotten to the point now where I'm going to say, it's like, man, you're just not getting this, are you? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I do. I'm like that with everything. I'm like that. Either way, either I'm gonna get my ass kicked, or you're gonna call the police or some shit. I'm just gonna go out that way. I'm not putting up with it. No fucking way. Yeah, clearly waited a bit. Yeah, that's a possibility. I do that. My wife used to claim me as setting people up all the time. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not setting up like good people. But that's my own subjective, biased way of looking at things. I'm straightening their fucking ass out. Really, I actually felt bad for that lady. It pissed me the fuck off. Yeah, honesty kind of works. I mean, I'm not honest either. I mean, if a fucking fat broad came up to me right now and said, "Do you think I look good in this spring dress?" I'd say, "Yeah, you do. You look great." Matter of fact, when I was eating that pizza the other night, a couple fat broads singing with the worst fucking voices in the world, and I encouraged them to sing more because I don't want to be that kind of asshole. And I lied, and I encouraged them, and you could say that's wrong, but I'm gonna keep on doing shit like that. I don't want to make people like feel bad and like uh, I'll lie and say I got something to do when I don't. I lie like that, and I make up fucking shit to get out of stuff. You know, I'm not really a social guy, believe it or not. So I do lie. I'm gonna keep lying, but not to fuck anybody out of anything. Not to like commit fraud or get something that's not mine or something like that. Just to like maintain peace and be civil and not be rude and don't make people feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I shouldn't say that fat broad shit either, but here's the flip side of it. I'm just tired of acting like, you know, big beautiful women. I mean, that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. I mean, there's probably some fetish guy out there that likes it, but I mean, come on. When's the last time you stopped by a strip club and a bunch of fat broads working there? Never. I mean, this is just a fucking fact. Now, does that mean you should take them out and they shouldn't have sex and good jobs and all that shit? No. I'm just talking about with attractiveness perspective, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to a big, beautiful women bikini show. I'm fucking not doing it. You couldn't pay me $1 million. Hi. Good. I'm just talking about from like an attractiveness scale. And you know, I'll tell you another thing. We've talked about this on this chat thing before too. I can't quite figure out. On one hand, I think it's just a flaw of human nature, and then the other hand, I see it in Mother Nature. Like I say all the time during rut, deer. Do you think the buck? Do you think the fertile doe, young doe, is looking for the buck with a broken off antler and his balls dragging in the dirt? She's not. She wants that big, full fucking rack. He's going around and spearing everybody with his horns, starting fights. That excites her, and she wants to produce offspring like that. She doesn't want some limp dick, old fucking half-dead buck. It's the same thing with humans. I mean, there's an established standard. Only person I seem to get a straight answer out of this is Stephanie when we're on chats. Like, she still will stick to her guns on watching Chippendale strippers and rubbing their shoulders. There's nothing wrong with that. Where you'll get most women her age are going to talk about the art of conversation and, yeah, fuck that. We're talking about hormones and wanting to bang like the old days. And Stephanie is one of the older women that I know that still has enough fucking nuts to tell the truth. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a fucking pain in the ass. I was thinking that for some reason getting my coffee this morning. You know, when Stephanie was 18, the traffic and slim and didn't have a pound and a half of cellulite on each ass cheek. She was in the mix of dating actively and running into guys and flirting and getting banged. And now sex is gross to her. Me too. All our sex is done now in our memory bank. That door is closed. That ship has sailed. We're not going to watch Oprah and think and go on there and hold hands and say it's the best sex we've had in our life. If anything, we'll be holding the cold steel barrel of a revolver in our mouths for even considering sex at this age. Yeah, fuck yeah. Our sex lives and our memories. They say that HIV is highest among the geriatric crowd. Yeah, fucking where? 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 You have to be out of your fucking mind. These people must be in mental institutions. Fuck yeah, we got it figured out. That's what I try to tell Michelle. I said, don't you fucking shit yourself, man. You got a shelf life. And I also encourage Stephanie to mentor Michelle. But she's got about another 2 years. 10 years, 10 years. Maybe a little longer, either way. When that fucking estrogen heads south. And when that fucking shit starts disappearing, that's when you start having dogs and shit instead of boyfriends. You know, you got two big fucking dogs you walk because you can't get fucking laid. They're all over the place. My wife had one. It was a surgeon. Died with her hymen intact. This shit matters. And if you want an active sexual lifestyle, you better get going while that shit's still in your body. Because once you get that postmenopausal, fuck, it all turns into a history museum in your libido. Yeah, she's got about 10 years, but life doesn't work that way. Rita has enough balls. Now, she'll talk truthfully. I mean, it's the old joke amongst men. She was sitting on a gold mine. That's kind of true. But nobody wants to put it that way. And when you're young and you don't know anything, you don't have any idea how terrible 65 is going to be. No, you don't. You just, you're in the mix of things. You're dating. You're getting laid whenever you want. And you think that's just gonna, you're not even concerned about what's gonna be like 40 years down the road. You're thinking about here and now. But if you live long enough, like Stephanie and I have, we're at the end of the road now, and it sucks with a capital S. It really does. It's so fucking boring. She's eating ham sandwiches, and I'm fucking baking fish sticks. And I don't give a fuck so bad that I don't even turn them over halfway through. I just hope for the best and put them in there for the whole 28 minutes. Yeah, we don't give a fuck about anything. We've had a conversation that we both lie to our doctors. And why? Because telling the truth is going to lead to more questions and more appointments and more bullshit and more medication that doesn't work. So when he says, how you feeling? We say, great. Because we're on autopilot. We say great because we're on autopilot. Yeah. People ask me, I'm older now. Said, how you doing? It's like, great, I woke up. There's something to that. Goddamn right, man. Every day's a good day now. I woke up. Like, look at this young couple. They got a baby. She doesn't realize he'll be fucking his secretary in a couple years, and she'll be 100 pounds heavier. And the kid will be fucking addicted to kratom in the 8th grade. Right now, it's like, wow. I bet they're thinking that kid's going to be a brain surgeon or an astronaut. Yeah. I think it's a little girl. Stephanie can tell you about this. Be lucky if she's not buying her black boyfriend a car that doesn't work and him clobbering cars and taking off, even though it's registered in her name. You gotta look at shit. Don't look at stuff for what it is. You'll be thoroughly disappointed. You gotta bullshit yourself. Think of the future as an abstract fantasy that just somehow, some way, never quite seems to be very accurate. No, it's how it is, man. I mean, you get a couple people that, skate through life, and it's just charm life. Tom Brady seems like one. Aaron Rodgers, they're around. Tom Cruise. But even those people have a chance of going south. Look at Tom Petty, Prince, Seymour Hoffman Jr., all that, Matthew Perry, all the sex you want, all the toys, the trips, the clothes, the kick-ass houses. There isn't an escort you can't afford that can take a Uber over and blow you any night of the week. And even after a while, that gets old. So you start fucking around with drugs. Yeah, of course they'll get back together. They like drama. That makeup sex. Yeah, love drama. Oh, good. Birds singing and flowers popping. Oh, those onion rings were good. I still got some onions in the back of my truck. I gave onions out to all my neighbors. Guys like this who owns this coffee shop. Where else? Random people at the gas station. Yeah, you can't do anything about it, Stephanie. You know, I think Medicare pays for, you can get some mental health counseling. Just go in there and talk to some smart fucking Jew and just say, hey, look, this shit's driving me fucking crazy and it's unfair. And they'll come up with a plan. You got to work on it. This CBT, this cognitive-based therapy, it's a regime, man. It's just like exercising. You got to get up, and it's a discipline. You got to just like derail these thoughts of something you can't do anything about. It's hard to do. I got that problem myself. I mean, I was just thinking of beating my wife and her new boyfriend to death this morning on the way out here. And then I curtailed my anger on my unfavorable divorce settlement. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I saw that on a thing, and none of that stuff was there. None of that stuff was there. I didn't. It was very limited cuisine. It was basically deep fried onion rings at a thing, and that was it. I mean, there was stuff on the internet like onion milkshakes. Maybe that probably was today and tomorrow, which wasn't worth me staying at. But it might not have been. I'm not sure. And the T-shirts were kind of like not that great, single color. Whoever's in charge of that thing did a terrible job. You know, the ink's almost the same color as the shirt. I mean, you think you'd have like 3-color inks and embossed and all that shit. Nope. Yeah. I don't like onion soup, French onion soup. It's weird. I like it separated. I like onions and I like that cheese. But I don't like that like dirty looking onions, soggy onions. I think it tastes like shit. Which is why I never see it on the menu hardly. Not a big seller. That's like emu and buffalo. But he talks how healthy it is for you. Yeah, why isn't it on a menu then? Because it sucks. Hey, there's a little brown sparrow down here. I wish I had a cracker to give him. Where are you, little fucker? I know you're close. There you are. American brown sparrow. Hey, buddy. You hungry? Smart. Onion soup sucks. Yeah, they were selling that, pushing emu. And for a while it was ostrich. I know some people in Florida that lost their fucking ass on emu farms. You know, everybody was going to be selling it and making God knows what out of it. They lost their asses. Ostrich too. Yeah, I just never really cared for it. I don't really like most soups. It better be like some kick-ass clam chowder. New England too. I don't like that red one. Manhattan. No, which one's the red one? Manhattan? New England's the white one. Manhattan's the red one. Yeah, they're popular, but not when you compare it to cattle. Look, when I'm eating a fucking hamburger, this is like smoking cigarettes with filters. I mean, when I want a hamburger, I'm not fucking around. I don't want a lean hamburger. I want one that you goddamn near catch the house on fire when you're broiling it at home because it's got a lot of fat in it. That's what makes it taste good. Like when I go over to Ted, you know, he's a doctor, and like, what do we have in hamburgers? It's like, oh shit. Should have brought 8 ounces of bacon grease. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Now we're talking. I like the, believe it or not, I like the Campbell's basic chicken noodle soup. It's good. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, exercise, it's all right, but it's like, like at this stage of the game, it's old man exercises. Old people exercise. And go and do an older thing with the people around 60 and older. Yeah, they're exercising good for 60. But, they're not burning out any treadmills anywhere. You see a young guy and a young woman jogging. It's like they look like fucking gazelles. You see old people in the front of their fucking tennis shoes are worn out because they're dragging their feet from the second they start. Looks like it's in slow motion. I got an old bag that lives down the street and she jogs. I see her jogging by. I mean, you could take a fucking turtle missing two of its legs and it would outrun her on everywhere she goes. But to hear her tell the story, she said, I just jog 5 miles. And I think to myself, you're out of your fucking mind. You didn't jog anywhere. You wore the front of your tennis shoes on. I watch you jog. It's like slow motion. Like if you took like the Three Stooges and they tried to do a running video. It's not like jogging like you want to jog. Yeah, it's like old lady jogging. Yeah, fucking running, fuck. If you were in a legitimate, like, running thing, they'd disqualify your fucking ass. Yeah, it's like walking. Only, like, not even that, man. It's like something weirder than that. Like, the knees are bent like you would be running, but it's like slow motion. It's like this. I see her at the fucking gas station. And I said, you been running lately? She said, oh yeah, I ran 5 miles today. And I think, yeah, you're out of your fucking mind. Just watch these people, these people at the Boston Marathon, they always make the headlines. He's fucking 92 years old and he's still running. Yeah, sure he is. Yeah, what they don't tell you is he'll be in fucking bed for a month getting an IV of Geritol. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, man. You're not running anywhere. Yeah, Survivor Shuffle. Yeah. Yeah, they move their arms. Well, that's because they can't move their legs like that. The arms. Yeah, they move them. It's like old person running. Yeah, you just want to shoot yourself watching a geriatric 5. Can you notice the races keep getting longer? They go from marathon to 10K to 5K to 4K to fuck by the time you're 90. Have a good day.
You as well.
By the time you're 90, the fucking running event is 25 feet long. Yeah. The distances keep getting shorter. Yeah. I mean, you can be burying half these fucking people by the end of the race if you kept it 10K. You're going to have 90-year-olds. Let's just have a fucking funeral service and quit calling it a race. Because the person that wins now is the person that's still alive. The person that doesn't need both knees and hips replaced, trying to impress some clown at a TV station. Wow, 100 miles. Holy shit. God damn. Yeah, same with the heart transplant. Remember the guy that got the first monkey heart? I think his name was Barney. Yeah. He was waving to the crowd. What you couldn't see is the two nurses' aides jacking his arm up from the bottom that were laying flat in the van, waving his arm. That didn't work out worth shit. If that's the idea of a heart transplant and prolonging your life, spare me. I say leave the hearts and the monkeys. Oh yeah, same here. When you first start out, as you get older, you think it's like your shoes. Then before you know it, you got 2 giant pillows strapped to each foot and your knees still hurt. It has nothing to do with your shoes. It has to do with it has to do with your worn out joints and your pain receptors. Your knees are telling your brain, stop. But you keep on trying to impress people. You're going to be a runner till the day you die. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, I was just reading about osteoarthritis the other day. I probably fucking got it already. I don't run anywhere. Unless I forget a TV dinner in the oven. Yeah. And you know where you really know it? You notice it in dogs and shit. You can understand getting brainwashed as a human. All this bullshit on TV and these fake magazines about run to your 100. Yeah, how about wildlife, animals? You watch the old black vulture stumble, bang his wings around trying to stay balanced on a log. Look at an old dog when they're old. And these dogs, they're just being old. You know, they're not buying into any of this shit. They don't care one way or the other. But it's a perfect living example of that stuff wears out. Just accept it like Stephanie and I have. You're not bullshitting anybody but yourself. Take those running shoes, throw them in the fucking trash, and try and wring out a few more good years with margaritas, gummies, and all-night benders at cheap karaoke bars. Hey, Joyce. Oh, yeah, recovery is really long. You're fucking A right. You'll blow through your whole vacation. That's why I'm not a hiker. Fuck that, hiking. No way. I didn't even like it when I was younger. Oh, good for you. Yeah, we've come to grips with reality. We sure have. We've accepted our age. We just said we're gonna go with it. Stephanie and I get 10 times the enjoyment of a stiff, chilled margarita with a good bowl of chips and salsa than anybody running will ever get at this age. Yeah, not for long. I'm not. I'll point the way. There's a lot of that hiking down here. You'll love it down here. You can go hike and give me a report. I don't even like metal detecting. You know, after about 20 minutes of digging up pop cans and fucking rusted bumpers, I lose my enthusiasm. Plus, it's a lot of work digging. I even had a mini excavator, drove it around, you know, on the tracks like a tank, and I got bored with that. Just sifting through all this shit. Just a big clamshell bucket full of junk. I want gold coins, Civil War guns. Oh, this rock thing down here. You'll love it down here. It's paradise for rocks. Yeah, I do that. And you know, because of the way it's set up here, in the rains and the channeling of these creeks, it's a whole new, tons of new rocks after a big deluge. God knows where they come from. I guess they get uncovered. Yeah, Georgia, it's got a lot of shit like that. This is a good area for that Piedmont region. You know, they say in this county I'm at right now, this was more active, this area, during the Civil War and the American Revolutionary War. They say there's gold coins all over around here places. Not where I'm at so much. This was more of a politically connected area. Yeah, they got everything. I mean, you know, the green here is crazy. The trees are just like nuts. Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, they got that shit around here. Come down and visit. I got a metal detector too. I got the little hand pointer too that saves you the trouble of like digging to China. Last time I was metal detecting, I was into it about a half hour, and I realized after digging about 2 bathtubs full of junk that it could affect my jacking off, so I quit. Oh yeah, I believe that. Actually, that one furniture store in West Branch, there's been a hive in those walls for 125 years. Yeah. Believe it or not, 50,000 honey buzz, isn't that? That's probably media bullshit. When you get a package set of bees, like a queen and a bunch of workers, like I've showed you before, it's usually about 10,000 bees. I'm going to move that hive pretty soon. I think I was going to get a couple extra stages, supers, to, because I think it's getting close to full. That's a raging honey beehive we have, but I hate to go in there and bucking around, but I think they've run out of room. I think they've drawn some comb over their sugar water source, because they're not drinking it like they should this early. Oh, fuck. It'll wear your ass out, Jeff. It's not what you're thinking. Now, down there fucking around on a beach, that's different. But when you're out like where I'm at, forget it, man. It's too much work. Bunch of junk. That thing goes off. Beep, 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 beep. You get all excited, and then you get the little hand thing. Lights, and you dig, and you dig, and you dig, and you dig, and you're tired, and you dig, and you're thinking of watches and Civil War guns, and it's a bottle cap. Just happens a million times in a row. Just takes your enthusiasm out of it. That or barbed wire fences. So boring. Yeah, but I wouldn't mind like going on a beach and like finding somebody's lost diamond ring or some shit and giving it back to them. But I'm not like a greedy fucker. I'm not going to be going there and looking for people's jewelry and keeping it. It just doesn't interest me. I'd do it to help them out, but not to like, I wouldn't want to be finding people's stuff and not giving it back to them. Yeah, no way. Yeah, mind of a child. I'm probably guilty of that. Yeah, and those places are really picked over. I'll bet you money there's people that have been over to that American Revolutionary War grave in metal detected, which you're not supposed to do. Hey, I'll tell you this, my watering spigot for the horses is a big hit. There's a lot of people going by the house using that. It's great. Yeah, digging a nail. No, it's super boring. Really is super boring. I mean, big ass boring. Yeah, I have people ask me sometimes they can like look for rocks. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I got these signs put up where you can't get sued now if people ride their horse on your property. Georgia equine something. All you got to do is post it. Yeah, they do love it. Yeah, they're out there drinking water all the time. And when I see people, I tell them, it's like, hey, I got water down there for your horse to drink. It's like, oh yeah, we've been using that. Thank you. I mean, that's half the reason. I was going to do it one way or the other, but I wanted a water source out there anyway. It wasn't like all totally for somebody else's horses. Yeah, they like it. They can go back to the pond too and swim the horses. I want to see some horses swimming around. They ride back there. I let them ride back there. Fuck around. Who wants to be riding your horse down like a dirt road, even though there's not much traffic? They really like when they go back there. It's like nobody there. You don't need to worry about cars coming down the road. It's just like they go through all this bullshit. They load these horses up. They drag them out to this park. That's the only state park dedicated to horses. A.H. Stevens. Across the road from me, that's the backside of the park where one of the horse trails come out. You'll see those horses riding by my house. But to me, I mean, it's not my business. I don't know a lot about it. I think I want them to like have more fun. So I go up to them and I say, hey, if you want to ride your horses back here, you can. It's like, oh yeah, really? It's like, yeah, man. Just go ride around like open, beautiful fields. You know the videos I upload? Go back there and swim them if you want. Go down trails. Who wants to be riding a damn horse down a damn dirt road after going through all that bullshit, dragging them over there? Yeah, they're beautiful. I didn't make it. Oh, it's not a fountain. All it is I had another water line run from my 635 foot deep well all the way out to the road. I'll take you a little video of it today. It's just like, you pull the top up like a well and water just gushes out of there, and I keep a bucket hanging from it. I was going to do a trough, but to be honest with you, I talked to some horse people, and they say that, it's so hot down here, and that even if you kept it running, you're just better off having something you can fill and dump. So even though I don't like the aesthetics of it that much, I just, from talking to horse people, the bucket thing seems to work the best. They fill the bucket up, it's cold, they drink it, they dump it out and leave, and then the next person does it. I mean, yeah, I had I wanted to have a nice uh, like tub of water, but it's the reality of it isn't there. Yeah, yeah. No, you got to put it in there. No, you got to put new. I do. I've been putting water out for the vultures, and they've been drinking the shit out of it. Plastic Tupperware thing. They've been drinking the hell out of the water. I put it right next to their chicken breast. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done with this coffee, I'm going to go down and pick up another. I get a whole giant bag of chicken quarters for $7.50. Yeah, it's that old IGA store. It looks like a step back in time. Yeah, it gets rang. I like the idea of it. Even for the birds, we got the same kind you'd see in anybody's yard. You go out and fill. It's a pain in the fucking ass. I mean, I do it, but I noticed the bluebirds been taking a lot of baths, and those cowbirds too. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but I'd rather have something you didn't have to fuck with, like the horse water. I don't have to do shit. One thing I can't get a straight answer on that I'm wondering. So I get this well, and I put a line out so they can water the horses, and I'm wondering what happens to a well if you left that spigot open until there was no more water in that area. What happens? Is you just got to shut it off and hope it comes back? Or does anybody know what happens when you leave a thing open and no more water's coming out? Does it take a week to fill up? Does it go away forever? Does it never go away? Anybody got a handle on this? Yeah, weird. Hey, hippie chick. Yeah, but I'm telling you, Bubbler can't keep up with this hot-ass shit down here. That's what's so beautiful about Mother Nature. I guarantee if you had a swimming pool here, you would be fucking with it constantly. Because of the heat, the shit that grows, and the bullshit you got to put in it, and changing water and all that shit. But yet here you just go out on a creek, a lake. Although honestly, I don't really like the water down here. It's that murky looking shit, like I explained, is in Hilton Head. I like the water up like where Mary lives. See down to the bottom, 25 feet deep. Oh, really? Yeah, I just think there's days where a horse might not go by there for a week. And that water just stays there. But it's really kind of cool to see the vultures drinking water. You know what I've learned through feeding these vultures? They're more into the fat than they are to the meat. With those babies. Those babies are huge. You realize in doing this how vulnerable baby birds are. I mean, all it take was be a couple raccoons on the prowl to go in there and kill them both and eat them. I didn't think that happened. I felt that because of the stomach acid they have, that they're, wildlife's smart. It evolves to stay away from things that hurts it. And I figured that with those chemicals in a vulture's belly, that wildlife just wouldn't be eating baby vultures. But I read an article the other night said that's not true. That possums and raccoons will kill baby vultures if they get a chance. Which is how parents have evolved, and they'll actually do a surveillance for 60 days to see if there's much activity before they lay eggs in a place. Now, this is their third year of a double clutch of eggs. that have successfully hatched and they've fledged. But and I just learned this too because I wasn't going in there that much before, but now I like keep an eye on the babies more than I used to. And as it turns out, after about 17 days, the parents stay out of there and just hang around the area and go and feed them about 4 days, which is what I've witnessed. The parents aren't even in there with the babies at night, which is just seems like crazy, but they're not. Now they will, if they see something going on, they will attack. They'll come out there and bite other vultures and stuff. But now, not really. I mean, they're just going to keep feeding these babies, and in about 3 weeks, they'll be ready to fledge. They'll have that down, then one day you'll see feathers. It's crazy. It's not slow at all. And then they'll be out there like beating their wings on the porch and, like learning how to fly. And then one day they'll just take off. I was thinking of this the other night laying in bed for some reason. Just what it must look like to two little birds out of an egg brought into this world in a dark house being fed all the time, and then one day their brain tells them to walk out on the porch. I just wonder what they think. Their brain must just go nuts. Bright light and trees and wind, and you're seeing other birds fly around, and you've just been in a dark dingy home till then. And then one day you just like start flapping your wings and like, wow, what's this? I'm in the air. It's cool. Yeah. Oh, raccoon on fire. Yeah, I hope they torture her. Yeah, people are crazy, man. Cruel people. Hurting animals. I was in Chicago one time. This lady's like beating her dog because he nipped at another dog that walked by. And I walked up to her. I said, "You hit that fucking dog one more goddamn time, I'm going to kick your ass and then call the police." She said, "You mind your own fucking business." I said, "Well, you hit that dog then, you old fucking bitch. That's dog abuse." She said, "Well, he bit another dog." I said, "Well, he's a fucking dog. You shouldn't have him out here if he's going to act like that. You hit that dog one more goddamn time, and I'm going to hit you." Oh, that's crazy. That's probably not true. That's probably not true. Hey, Faye. Yeah, they do get jail time if they catch him. But here's the thing. This is another human thing, the people abusing chickens, all this shit, and then you go to Colonel Sanders, you fucking ordering a bucket of them, nobody's doing shit. So where do you draw the line between abuse? What do you think, they're having him a fucking birthday party before they turn him into chicken McNuggets? I struggle with this. Not that bad though, because I still eat chicken. Oh yeah, I would have a big dick for her. Yeah, I would vote for vigilante justice. Yeah, abusing animals. Pigs are smarter than dogs, and they cart those down the road by the truckload when it's cold out. Crazy, man. Yeah, I should eat more plant-based stuff. That's the least of my fucking problems, quitting eating meat. I guess I'll probably never get to where it's like, I don't know, I just feel bad. I'll tell you, I know this, I couldn't have like chickens and like cows and beef cattle and like chop them up one day and eat them. I just couldn't do it. But I will go get a steak, so I guess I'm just as fucked up as everybody else. If you had a parrot, like a parrot, had it for 30 years, and it's like, oh, I'm so tired of this fucker squawking. You just like deep fried him, and people came over. It's like, what is that, chicken? It's like, no, that's Toby. I just couldn't stand this fucker squawking all the time, so I deep fried them. Would you like a piece? It's like, God, no. It's a difference. Ridiculous, man. That's crazy. Kosher. What videos you talking about? They never take down. Yeah, it's so gross. I even quit fishing, man, after I went fishing with the guy, catching those dolphin the fish. And they turn the most beautiful rainbow color as they're suffocating. Just turned me off on doing that, man. I just don't get any enjoyment out of just something out there eating, and you catch it. I just think hunters got a fucking screw loose. Yeah, TikTok, those crazy. That's Chinese. I mean, they torture people still. So you wouldn't expect them to give two jack shits. They're the dirtiest motherfuckers in the world. They create most of this world air pollution, water pollution. Dirty motherfuckers. Air pollution. They're always getting shit in their food, lead in the kids' toys. They were good. I ate the whole box. I was desperate. I dipped them in tartar sauce. I couldn't stand another frozen pizza. They were good. I wish you could get some like premium fish sticks somewhere. Like really good ones. I'd probably eat them more. They were good. I ate the whole box of fish chips. And here's a Quest. This guy probably just got this. These are almost impossible to find windshields for. You know, it's an odd, long, sloping windshield. Plus, you break a lot of them because of the design. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem blocking China from anything. North Korea, either. All those fucking communists. Motherfuckers. Yeah, Chinese chicken, no thanks. So gals out in the town. I thought it was Stephanie making a surprise visit. You know, the Golden Girl sunglasses, and you walk kind of slow, you have a hard time getting out of the seat. I said, hey, Steph, that was a long drive. Have a good walk, Mary. Just remember, you're going to need those joints for about another 20 years. Don't overdo it. Well, I think I had enough of this coffee. I'm going to go. I'll show you. I'm going to go get some chicken legs. Chicken for the vultures. That's about the extent of my exercise. Fitzpatrick Hotel. Stuff. Motherfucker. Hey, can you hear me now? Because I think the internet clicked off, but it should work good here. Work good here. This lady's nice. Good looking old broad. Always sitting in a chair there in the middle. Bet she was a real looker when she was younger. Historic Washington. Right here. Oh, good. Yeah, there's a lot of historic Washington.